What's up, YouTube? Piercing Pencils here, your late bloomer action figure reviewer, and Happy New Year! We are a few weeks now into 2023, and I am super excited and super stoked for the year and what's to come. May you all prosper very, very much. Let's get into this review. So, in front of me now is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes, which apparently is volume 2. I'm not exactly sure what the numbers mean, but it's number 2 in the line, and he's got some punch packed. So looking at the packaging, we have this amazing laminated job on the cardboard, and the plastic is like mwah, flawless. It's incredible. The artwork on the sides and in the back is pretty goddamn good, if you ask me. Like, look at that. Cobra Commander at the top, Baroness, and all your favorites, including my man Snake Eyes. And as stated before, this is number 2 in the line. So we're just going to put that back there, and we're going to get into the review now. So right out of the box, we have Mr. Snake Eyes here in all of his detailed glory. We have the loose belt, which is good for clearing all the articulation in his pelvic area and waist. And let's take a moment to check out all of these red accents. So we all know that Mr. Snake Eyes, along with his rival Storm Shadow, is from the Arashikage clan, and they have the symbol, which is in red, and it's all over. We have the elbow pads, the symbol on his helmet or his mask. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be. He also has it like near his kneecaps, if I'm not mistaken, and in his belt. It's the detailing is just incredible. Look at this. That strap does come off with the grenades on it. So I'm gonna put him back down for a second. And like, even though this is like in the 6-inch bracket, Snake Eyes here, judging by this ruler, he's about not too far above 6 inches, like maybe 6 3/8 or 6 like 1. He's above 6 inches. Okay, so just take my word for it. You know, I did the math. I researched it. So with the articulation, he has 2 pointed joint in his neck, from his torso to his neck, and his neck to his head, and it can go from side to side. The only thing I don't like is about this wobbly torso right out of the pack. And I don't have that problem with the other joints. He has stiff butterfly joints, but they're workable. It's good that they're that stiff, but it doesn't give you that feeling like it's going to break. The rest of his articulation, from his elbow to his shoulder, his wrist, those are pretty solid. Look at this movement. It doesn't give you that much, but it's enough to get like really good dynamic posing. And as you can see, it does play. It gives you a lot of play. So just depending on what you want to do with it, this figure is very flexible and will give you that. And then we're getting into the ab crunch. He goes almost 90 degrees, both directions. The waist articulation, it gave me some problems because I thought I wasn't supposed to turn that, but apparently you can. Now we have the pelvic leg joints, and we got thigh, double jointed knees. He has the boot articulation rotation from his boot to his shin, and of course that famous ankle pivot, no.2 articulation. But it's not like it's needed, because it's really not. And I think it would kind of mess up the balance of the figure if they did include the toe articulation. So overall, we're talking about maybe 22 to 24 points of articulation. And going back to the accessories, so his holsters on both his legs are actually removable, but I wouldn't do that, considering that you got to go over his knee pads and whatnot. And I don't think you want to cut those off or anything. But they house his tactical knife. He has a suppressor and a pistol. So getting into those separate accessories, here's his pistol here. It has a big hole that's supposed to accommodate the pegs that his sword and other accessories that goes to like the backpack. So it's not the prettiest, but when you put the suppressor here onto the pistol, it gives it tremendous points for style and look. So I'm going to attach this here. It has like one peg where like you peg the pistol into the back of the suppressor, and you have a cool looking covert pistol, minus the huge hole that accommodates the pegs to attach to his backpack. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's a little warped, but it's still pretty cool. Here's his small combat knife. It is all black, no extra paints. I mean, the styling and the shape is pretty nice. It doesn't quite fit in his holster, which I'll talk about later on. So here's his Arashikage blade. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be a katana, but it's very unique. He has the Arashikage symbol near the hilt of the blade, but it's not detailed in red as all of his detailing on the main figure itself. But it's okay because it's on the sheath. So we're going to put that down, and here's his sheath. Um, it's amazing how they imitated, like, I guess, like a leather. The detailing is really, really nice on this. And there's a hole at the bottom. I guess they felt as though it wouldn't clear. So the blade, it fits perfectly into the sheath. And of course, it has to be one way because of the shape. And there's the hole. So even though it clears, it's good that they have that cut out for more clearance just in case it didn't. I'm not exactly sure if this is a real weapon or maybe just a fantastical tactical weapon, but here is Snake Eyes assault rifle. Kudos for the design and style of it. And once again, there's no extra paint on it. I don't think it really needs it, but it's just something to look into. And here's the backpack that I've been screaming about. Now, there's no straps, there's just a peg. And it's good that it doesn't have any straps, but the peg, it will accommodate the blade here, the tactical rifle that Snake Eyes comes with, and also the pistol, even though the pistol goes into the holsters on his legs. And that's it for the accessories, minus, the grenade strap that he has in the two holsters. So he has a total of maybe 10 accessories, arguably. When you put everything in the holster, I would say the pistol and the suppressor, they fit snug and fine. But this tactical knife, I wish that they would have cut a slit in there so the knife can go fully into its holster, which it doesn't. So about a third of the blade still sticks out and it's kind of loose. You don't have to worry about it exactly falling out, but it's an annoyance that it doesn't go fully secure into the holster. But it doesn't really take any points away from it. I mean, you're going to probably pose it with its with in his hands anyway, but we're just going to put that there, and let's get into exactly how this is supposed to fit on. Because, okay, so there's a peg in the sheath. You can put the assault rifle onto the peg of the sheath, and that's a pretty long peg, by the way, because all of this is supposed to fit onto the side of his backpack. So here we go. You got to kind of jimmy it in there to be kind of snug, so it's not going to go anywhere. That's a nice security that that Hasbro has given us. Now, when you do attach the peg on the back of Snake Eyes, if you have stressed the peg a little bit too much, it will become loose, but it will still be fairly secure. And with the wobbling of that torso, it's going to throw off the balance of the Snake Eyes when you want to put him in standing poses or some type of balancing pose. It sounds worrisome, but giving it play here or there, you can get it to balance, but it's a pain trying to balance it. Okay, so everybody knows that I've taken a vow of silence, but to be honest, that's just in my origin story to make me super cool and super badass. So, yes, you see all my accessories and weapons and things. That's because I could use everything. And even if they put a paperclip in there, I will totally use that because I'm that awesome. Snake Eyes, baby. Yo, Joe. And this clown really thought he could mix it up with me. Yeah, bang, 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 bang. He missed like a stormtrooper in Star Wars. And as you see, I got the upper hand. And I got that super kung fu kick action, baby. Oh, yeah. So this concludes my review for Snake Eyes, but I'm not out of the woods yet because there's more Snake Eyes to come. Peace. Smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe.